Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. I just made a whole video with my microphone muted. So we'll try this one more time. So the section 4 is dissolving without water. Um, this is the last section of notes. It's not very long, so I'm gonna go through it, and then you guys are gonna have the chapter review to do. So water is called the universal solvent, and I've said that before. It can dissolve anything that is polar. So polar substances would dissolve in water. Things that would not dissolve in water would be called nonpolar. And they, for example, the best example is oil. So if you remember this thing that was been sitting on my desk, this is a nonpolar and polar substances. Polar, water at the poles, oil, nonpolar, will not mix because they are two different things. So anything that is nonpolar is not going to dissolve in water because it doesn't have the same ends like on the molecule. Like I said, oil is the example. It will float on water because it will not dissolve, but also because it's less dense. So like if there was an oil spill, you're going to have the oil on top of the water and not dissolving in the water. And anything that is nonpolar is going to dissolve in that oil. Okay, some drawbacks of not, or there's a versatile liquid. Versatile liquids are things that have both polar and nonpolar ends. For example, ethanol. Um, ethanol, here's an example of things that we use that for. Okay, besides ethanol, would be I get a permanent marker on my shirt. How I get that off is I use like rubbing alcohol or like a little stronger alcohol because it has polar and non-polar substances in it. So it's going to pull that permanent marker oil part out of it and then kind of wash it away. So it'll dissolve it. That would be a versatile substance, something that has a polar and non-polar ends. Soap is another example, but we're not there yet. Okay, some useful nonpolar molecules, mineral oil. We use mineral oil for different things. The book says that it dissolves candle wax and bubble gum. Anything, like for example, that is nonpolar. So let's say I get bubble gum in my hair, Rice Krispies, marshmallows in my hair. If I just use water, it's just going to gum it up. The best solution is not to cut off your hair. It would be like peanut butter or oil and kind of rub it in there, and it's going to start dissolving and taking out that, and you could just kind of grab it out. Because of the nonpolar properties of the oil and the bubble gum. Dry cleaners use nonpolar solvents to remove oil stains. They're not going to use water. You can get an oil stain on your shirt and you can put water on all day. It's not going to dissolve it. It's just going to just have the oil spot still sit there. So you have to use some type of nonpolar solution, like dissolves like. So the dry cleaners are going to use some type of solvent that's a dry substance that can take those oil stains out. Like dissolves like, this is exactly why when you wash your clothes you have to use certain, like for certain stains you have to use certain things in order to get them out. You can well, first of all, detergent is the main thing because it's oil base, it's non-polar, but there's also some other stains that you can get out with certain substances. The drawbacks of nonpolar substances are that they're very flammable and they're toxic. Some are, they smell, tend to evaporate really, really quickly. I am in summer and I'm filling my lawnmower with gas and I spill gas all over the cement and I spill water right beside it. The gas is going to evaporate a lot more quickly than the water because that's just a property of that solution. Again, you can pretty much probably tell me which substances are flammable and if they're nonpolar. At gasoline, kerosene, all those things smell and they can light on fire. Why do we use soap? Very important, and I talked about this before. You have oils on your skin, oils in your hair, and if I just used water to clean this, it's not going to help because oils are nonpolar. So we need soap, which is nonpolar, so it takes all the oils out and then it washes away with the water. So if we never had that polar ability, we would just have, now we'd have soap and oil in our hair and nothing to wash it away. So now soap is versatile, so it has the nonpolar, picks up the oils, and then it washes away with water. I can tell you this is a very good test question, and I'm 100% positive it is on the test. Why do we need soap? Life lesson. Okay. Another thing that we probably don't ever think about, and it's not like um, something that we have to worry about, but vitamins are non-polar and polar. There are more than just vitamin A that is non-polar, but this is the one that the book goes through. Vitamin A can build up in your body because it's non-polar. It can be dangerous. Again, this is not something that you need to worry like, oh, I'm eating too much vitamin A. It would be like vitamins that you are taking. So, for instance, like the 1 a day vitamins, if you took a big handful of them every day, you're going to eventually build up that those vitamins in your body that you can't have, and that probably is going to be dangerous to your organs. There's also polar vitamins like vitamin C. Again, there's different ones besides vitamin C, but that's the most common one. We can't build up vitamin C in our bodies. It's polar, so it's going to wash away with our body, our waters. So it never builds up in your body. You can drink as much orange juice as you want, besides getting a stomach ache, but it's not going to give you an overload of vitamin C because that just washes away. Um, a lot of our things in our lives have vitamin C in them. We don't worry about that. Again, vitamin A, we don't worry about either. That's just like when they recommend one vitamin, that's why, because some of those vitamins cannot build up in your body. Oh, that is the end of notes. Um, if you need to pause it or go back because I talked too fast, that's fine. Your chapter review, Mrs. Mossbrecker has the numbers. That's going to be due tomorrow. The test is still probably going to be on Friday. It's not really that long. We've been doing a lot of labs. A lot of it is stuff that we talked about over and over again about saturated and super saturated and things like that. So we will review tomorrow and see how it goes. And then I'm still looking at the test, like I said, on Friday. Have a good day.